If you ever felt like just casually killing all your brain cells, then you should probably do shiny hunting in Pokemon. Hence why today I'm going to give you 10 secret shiny Pokemon facts that you may or may not know. I don't know. 99% of people might not know this, but the other 1% might. Either way, here we go. Ever played Pokemon Colosseum? Me neither. Either way, so Pokemon Colosseum, pretty awesome game. Came out for the GameCube. However, on the other hand, did you know you can actually shiny hunt in this one? Yes, but the rate of shinies in this is like about 1 in 8,192, so pretty much, you know, not nice to deal with. However, the interesting fact is that some of these shinies in this game are just so different from what you're used to. A good example of this would be none else than our boy Scizor, who casually just looks more yellow in this than his normal green color. But that's not all though. You do also have the Dick Pokemon, or as you would prefer to call it, Dugtrio, that also just looks green rather than having a purple nose. So there you go, I guess. I mean, hey, it's a pretty cool little fact. And honestly, I've never caught a shiny in Pokemon Colosseum, but if you have, let me know. The old Smuggler shiny is now the official normal colored Smuggler, which is really weird. Basically, in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal, the normal Smuggler had this kind of brownish red paint on its tail, and its body was kind of a dark beige, and its shiny counterpart was brighter and had green on its, you know, paint on its tail and on its body. However, in Generation 3, they sort of reversed them. The shiny with its old normal color, and the new one, the shiny one, now it's normal colors. It's really weird. So they basically just stuck with this gimmick going forward. Like ever since Generation 3, it's stuck this way, right? For some reason, Smuggler went from being more orangish and reddish and brownish in design over to being green, and it's stuck that way, and the shiny got the original version from Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Gligar has changed its shiny coloring, well, about 3 to 4 times by now. See, Gligar is cool and all, but this Pokemon just keeps getting changes to it. This weird Scorpion Bat Pokemon, which I'm not gonna lie is kind of weird, but it's a cool Pokemon nonetheless. However, its shiny is very confusing, as it has changed so many times all the way until where we are today, right? So the shiny version that you see on the screen here is the original one from Gold, Silver, Crystal. Then you have the Ruby, Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green one, which changed from that super pinkish, you know, color to more of like a normal purple, like a light purple, then into a dark purple, then in a very dark purple, then back to a pinkish design like the original, and then down to another kind of light pinkish design. Again, Gligar's shiny and Platinum, like, was pretty cool, okay? And putting like a pretty like blue Gligar on your team would have been awesome. But then they changed it back to the Gold Silver colors going into Heart Gold Soul Silver. And I don't really know, man. Like, they didn't really know what to do with this. But yeah, nowadays we have shiny blue Gligar in today's Pokemon, which is cool. They decided to go with the Platinum one, more or less, kind of. Well, you know, but there you go. So the rarest shiny Pokemon you can ever get, specifically in the Pokemon Go game, is actually a shiny Detective Pikachu. Now, the reason for this is, well, it's considered the most rare one, and the reason for that is because it was never officially released. Like, it basically wasn't even possible to get it, and most shiny Pokemon, like, that exist nowadays are, you know, just the ones that you can normally get. But this one is one that was exclusive during the Detective Pikachu movie release, and it never got a shiny release, which means that you technically will never get it unless, well, Niantic decides to release it. But otherwise, this is an impossible shiny to get your hands on, no matter what happens. Did you know that the shiny Palo Sand actually is like a kind of darkish, blackish color? This could be related to the fact that there are like beaches in Hawaii, which have this kind of dark volcanic coloring to them, which makes them more like dark and black colored, which is really awesome, by the way. And yeah, that's basically what they seem to have based the shiny of Palo Sand off of, right? Like, the shiny version is literally a black version of it, and it looks very similar to the volcanic beaches of Hawaii itself, which of course is what Alola is based on to begin with. Did you know that the Hisuian starter Pokemon's brand new evolutions, the brand new Hisuian versions of the Decidueye, Typhlosion, and Samurott, their actual shiny colors are the actual original colors of the Pokemon from their original versions, right? So, for example, with Decidueye, well, its shiny looks exactly as normal Decidueye. With Typhlosion, its colors when it is shiny look like a normal Johto Typhlosion, and Samurott's shiny, well, Hisuian Samurott shiny looks just like a normal, regular Unova Samurott. So there you go, kind of a cool little like Easter egg they put into the game. If you guys haven't seen it yet, we are doing an event over on Mobile Board. We're giving away a reward to one of you guys out there who can join in, be a part of the community, make your own custom Pokemon design. Yes, draw a Pokemon evolutionary line, like recreate one that exists, make like your own kind of version of regional variants, and have a chance to win a prize, but also a chance chance to be featured in our My Region series, which episode 1 is dropping very, very soon. So jump in on that right now. Links are down below. Did you know this strange fact, but Mew and Shiny Ditto actually have the same colors, which could prove the theory of specifically Ditto being a failed clone of Mew actually end up being real. So what's the deal? Well, basically, normal Ditto and normal Mew, just the regular versions of them, are both pink, pretty much the same hue of pink. But when they're shiny, both of them are blue, which could imply that both of them are related in somehow. And there is a big theory about the fact that, well, Ditto could be a clone, a failed clone, of trying to recreate Mew, specifically Team Rocket trying to recreate it. So, is that the case? I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on this one. Did you know that Shiny Paris actually had yellow mushrooms as its coloring in Fire Red and Leaf Green? Yes, this is true. Also, this old Paris Shiny has similar coloring to the Shiny Parasect that we currently have today. It's a total shame that this old Shiny Paris was changed for, well, unknown reasons, to be honest. But a re-shiny for Parasect would make more sense now for, well, Paris, right? So, there you go. They basically took the colors from the original version and just shoved it onto Parasect itself, but kind of sad they didn't keep that going forward. I'm not gonna lie, but there you go. Parasect, the strange Pokemon. Now, Magearna has to be one of the weirdest Pokemon to really ever exist, and there's an interesting thing about it, right? So it's got some interesting forms. You've got regular Magearna, which has no shiny, but its alternate form, the original color Magearna, does have a shiny, which again, it's just really strange, and it gets even more confusing because its originally colored shiny form resembles an Ultra Ball, but also both shiny forms of Magearna are beyond shiny locked. So you've got this weird situation where Magearna does technically have a shiny, but you cannot get that shiny, and then the original version of Magearna technically doesn't have a shiny either, but does have a shiny, but you can't get it. Doesn't really matter because none of these are actually legitimately obtainable. You can't really get your hands on these much. They're just super shiny locked. If you're trying to play the games normally, it's impossible to get your hands on them. And to finish things off, we have a bonus fact, but this may be something that you guys didn't know, but the shiny charm did not exist before Black and White 2 came out. Now, this item can be obtained when you complete the National Pokedex, increasing, of course, the chance of a shiny Pokemon appearing because it is a key item. When you have the item in your bag, the chance of encountering shiny Pokemon in the wild are increased by about 300%, give or take. I mean, depends really on the situation and what game you're playing, but the shiny charm just did not exist prior to Pokemon Black and White 2. So if you play any games before then, you essentially just had to go on full odds. There were no ways of really boosting it. There were some methods you could possibly use, but there's no way to boost beyond that because shiny charms weren't really around. Wait, you thought we were done? No. We got more. So Black and White 2 actually, just not the fact that they introduced shiny charms only, but they also have the most in-game event shiny Pokemon available outside of like the wild area events that you get. But basically, they have the most amount of in-game event shiny Pokemon that you can essentially get for just free, more or less, you know, just give or take. But yeah, it's got the most amount. Did you know that in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Games to Infinity, the specific game, there is a Ho that can be uniquely encountered, but as a shiny. But to do this, you need to go to the Eternal Ruins through a Legend of Mysterious Ruins job request. And this shiny Ho-Oh is kind of a bit different from the regular Ho-Oh. It's sort of like, you know, not on your beaten pathway, right? So it's not something that's just right in front of you, but it's something you have to kind of do a little bit of extra work to get your hands on. But yes, shiny Ho-Oh in Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity. For those of you who never played it, Pokemon Conquest was quite a unique Pokemon game as it was more like a strategy war game almost. But what was really unique about it is that there is a shiny Rayquaza featured in the game, and basically it's sharing a perfect link with Nobunaga and is his Pokemon of choice during, like, well, specifically the final battle of the main part of the scenario of the game, which is kind of interesting because Nobunaga's Black Rayquaza was also then given away through mystery gift Wi-Fi events in specifically Japan for Black and White players as a way to sort of honor and celebrate the release of the game. So if you did have a, well, copy of Black and White back in the day and you were part of that event, you could get specifically Nobunaga's shiny Rayquaza, which looks badass. Did you also know that in the intro screen to when you're playing Pokemon Black and White and whatnot, there is actually a chance of the Minccino that's being used by the professor to actually be shiny as well, which honestly is really random. But this is also possible as well as in Black and White 2 and in Black and White, so there is a chance for that to happen. Now, yeah, it's just a bit strange, isn't it? Because in Black and White 2, Juniper has a Cinccino, whereas in the other game, Black and White, it's a Minccino, and both have a chance to just randomly be shiny. Of course, that doesn't mean anything for you. They're just going to be shiny, and it's not going to be catchable in any way, shape, or form. But still kind of cool, though, if you do get that shiny Minccino, which is uncatchable. So yeah, let me know if there are any shinies that you've gotten that are really strange.